Welcome guys, Brendan here from Terminated Gaming, and once again we're back on World of Warships with another replay. This time we're actually changing it up for once. I don't know if this is the first or if it is not the first tier 10 game on the channel as a replay. I don't usually play a lot of tier 10. I do have several ships at this point, mainly because I don't have spectacular games at tier 10. It's a lot harder at tier 10 than it is at tier 9 even. Mostly because you do see tier 10 aircraft carriers a lot. Granted, I'm in Montana, so I really don't care. So, of course, like I said, we're in the tier 10 USS Montana, one of two tier 10 US battleships, actually three with the Ohio. But Montana versus Vermont. Montana used to have the heaviest broadside in the game, and then Vermont came in and was like, nope, I'm going to take that from you. So Montana, 12 Iowa 16-inch guns. So look at how long it takes for these shells to reach the other side of the map. And we get one hit. So, Montana, tier 9 battleship. Coming off of the Iowa, I really don't like the Montana. And I don't think I'm alone in that opinion. I feel like the Iowa is a better tier for tier ship than Montana. Montana lost a lot of its luster over time, been power crept harder than most of the tier 10 battleships. I mean, the Yamato still has its actual gimmicks. So yeah, I don't usually play the Montana very much. And the only reason I'm signifying this game in the Montana is it's not spectacular in terms of damage or anything like that, but somehow, spoiler, we get 2800 base XP. And I don't know how. So I'm kind of just dumbfounded. I kind of wanted to rewatch this replay too after we played this game. Of course, this game is being played by me and Zane. We're both in on Montana. Zane recently picked it up at this point, so this was his first game in it. This would be like my third game in it. And we're trying to go up against these, the CV. And I think we're going to come out of this with a large amount of plane damage and plane kills between the two of us. Here you see me launch my spotter plane so I can get a better shot at whatever's firing from that smoke screen. I thought it was the Colbert, but then I should have known better that it wasn't the Colbert that's shooting. But as you notice, Montana has a lot of AA. There's a lot of AA mounts on Montana. And we aren't melting those planes like many other ships would. So, like, you think European EUDDs. And that's kind of what people complain about in this game. Is not the fact that there's not enough AA. It's that the AA is not effective for what the ship seems to be. Like, the destroyer should not be very effective in AA. They don't have a lot of mounts. But the Montana has so many, and the Vermont has so many. So why... Like, why is it that the Montana is so ineffective? Well, I wouldn't say ineffective. We got 10 plane kills, but a determined carrier player will still be able to drop us. And a really good carrier player will still not really have any problems against us. There really isn't a counter. And, you know, fighter planes and all that aren't working as deterrents in this game, so... You know, how can you call it a deterrent if it doesn't actually do anything? It's not deterring. You see, the Hakuryu is still coming after us, but the reason for that is the Hakuryu is actually up in front of us. So our first front turrets did about 12k to the Montana. The rear turrets did not do nearly as much. Zane had to turn away there hard because of the DD, the Shimakaze that launched a bunch of torps at him. And then, of course, the aircraft carrier came in too. And here's the target I've been wanting to shoot at, is that Colbert. Because the Colbert is a very scary ship. So we do 10k to his back with the front turrets, and then the rear turrets get one penetrating hit. Of course, it's more dangerous for him, like a Smolensk, to be facing away from us than actually sideways onto us, because we're more likely to get an overpen against his side, unless his citadel is raised high enough, unlike the Smolensk.
Problem solved, sir.
So the Colbert's best option is not to actually be away from us. We're more likely to get a citadel from behind. Of course, we don't get lucky and get that, so... Yeah, as you notice, I'm kind of like ignoring the planes for a long period of time here, and then I accidentally select the wrong side somehow. So I'm just like, I really don't care. He's launching them straight at me. So I'm going to take the one on the nose, but it does because he launched too close. Granted, that did help, you know, that I had originally selected that other side because that's where his planes ended up going. We did 16,000 to the side of that Minotaur because one of the shells dropped straight down into the Citadel. That was insane. I have to admit, I did not expect that. And here we got broadside Montana, so what's going to happen? Are we going to do a lot of damage? Are we not going to do a lot of damage? Let's see. Oh, 10k. But that Montana's going to die. It's like he was so low health. But that Colbert out there, he's the one that bothers me. Because he should easily die. And I'm like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him with this salvo. Get good dispersion, too, out of the guns. And he turns and one pen, one over pen. So I'm like, okay, front turrets, go. He's hard turning, and I did not anticipate it. I should have, though, because I saw it coming. And I miss. It's like, I have prior conflicts with these, like the Montana, because I have a negative stigma to it compared to the like the Iowa. Hey, broadside Des Moines. One sit. Am I gonna get the kill on the Des Moines? Maybe. Probably not. Nope. 4 overpeds and 1 bounce. Couldn't kill him. So Zane comes in and he's gonna be like, yoink. I needed Zane to finish off targets. As I said in previous videos, my biggest problem in this game is finishing off targets. I cannot do that for the life of me. I always can't secure my own kills. So we do damage again to the Montana, and damage again. That Colbert is still continuing to be a pain. So I'm like, I'm gonna shoot at this aircraft carrier. He's something I might be able to actually hit and damage because he's very much not moving right now. And then I was like, well, the Colbert needs to die. So I actually don't shoot at the aircraft carrier, and I shoot at that Colbert again. Because one of these times, the guns need to actually connect. And finally, I connect and hit the Colbert. I do go to extinguish the fire here, as I figured that was the end of my time of being shot at with fire. But as you can see, we get our A defense expert shooting down many of the Sekiryu's planes. And I didn't lead enough on the first one. And I'm like, oh, please don't cause a flood. Please don't cause a flood. Oh, it took out my engine. So that's just about as bad. Couldn't kill the Hikiryu either. And with the engine out, I am now drifting into these torpedoes. I'm not going to get past it. And I believe that torpedo is going to be the end of me, so I try to get one last go on that Montana out there. And I get detonated, actually, by the Shimikaze. But we get a couple more hits here for no damage. 148,546 damage. I'm dead. Zane's dead. I've got a kill. He's got 2 kills. So like I said, this game, however short, netted me an actual decent amount of XP, So 148,000 damage, 39 playing kills, only 49 hits, 4 citadels, and 1 kill. So nothing too much to write home about. But then we go to the team statistics, and I'm at the top with 2,800 base XP. I beat out people that were still alive, and that match ran for a while after. I, of course, ended up leaving the match because we didn't figure we did that good. Of course, Zane finished about middle of the pack, which should have been where I was, but 2,800 base XP. And then here's the breakdown of our damage. The Colbert, 35,000. Hikiryu, 30,000. And it's like, it's consistent. 5 ships there of about 20,000 to 30,000 damage. But the Montana feels weak compared to the Iowa. I, of course, have a 313,000 damage game in the Iowa. It's at the beginning of the playlist that you can find up above. And I feel like that ship's just better. It's more flexible than the Montana. Of course, the North Carolina being very, very flexible as it's more maneuverable than even the Iowa. But the Iowa's faster, so I guess there's trade-offs to that. But that also gets you into trouble. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, a rating would be much appreciated, and I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.